Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode. Today, we're going to go on a new Fleetwood Mac adventure. And these are pretty much all instrumentals here. And I mean, who doesn't love Fleetwood Mac instrumentals? I do. I mean, obviously, I'm a huge fan of all their singers, all the three singers were one more amazing than the other, but together just make this amazing, musical force. But today we're actually gonna discover some Fleetwood Mac has more, instrumental touch. Let me pull up this information here. Let's see. So, thank you first of all, Dave, for sponsoring this marathon, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. It's a little bit of 1, 2, 3, 4 albums. We're covering 4 albums here, and so yeah, I mean, when it's Fleetwood Mac, I'm always excited to do some more, and it seems like a never-ending source of amazing music, this band, So, Dave, here's a little bit of information, but I love this because, and even yesterday we went to see 3 amazing bands. One of them was Styx, Foreigner, and the first one was, oh my God, I don't know why I keep forgetting the name of this really, really amazing singer and artist, but it's like the first time that I've seen him. But here he is because Alexia posted some on our shorts. Let me give, it is, here he is, John Waite, 71-year-old John Waite. Amazing. He was a little bit, mad because his sound, the first 2 songs, they were basically doing a sound check, and he was not happy about that. So he even said, "Thank you for coming to our sound check." And then we heard Styx, and then after that we got Foreigner. Amazing, but all 3 bands just killed it. Wonderful, wonderful concert. And so we were there with Lee yesterday, and Lee by now. I don't know what that was. Give me a second. Let me see. Maybe that was the ghost of Lee. All right, so you heard it. I don't see what moved. It was on this side of the room, but I don't know. I just heard a noise. So yeah. So yesterday, I told him when we're at the concert, I was like, so yeah, Dave, did this marathon, and I thought for a second that you called it Leapalooza, the marathon, because I just went through the email real quick. I just saw it like for a second. But no, what you're actually saying is good afternoon, hope all is well. Enjoying the Leapalooza because he has been featured in a couple of videos. So, but I thought that was hilarious. And I told him, man, this next marathon is literally called Leapalooza, but no. But yeah, he's a lot of fun, and I love him, and it's always nice to go, to concerts with him. He's like our guy, to go. We're gonna go get the Let Out, and next week we're gonna watch Blues Traveler in Red Rocks, and that's gonna be amazing. So, but coming to this marathon again. So this marathon will be a pre-Buckingham Nicks Fleetwood Mac, and I've heard them before, Buckingham Nicks. So it says 3 songs from Peter Green era and 2 from Bob Welch era. Albatross, this is the instrumental, 1968. Number 2, Black Magic Woman. I was like, wow, I thought that was honestly a Santana song, but I don't know, maybe it's a completely different song. 1968. This one surprised me the most because I've heard this before. It's called Green Manalishi with the 2-prong crown, and I've heard this before, but by Judas Priest. I honestly thought that's a Judas Priest song. You can hear it on Unleashed in the East, and Another Life album, I think. So I've never really made the connection that this was Fleetwood Mac. Then number 4, Revelation of the Penguin album. Oh, by the way, Green Manalishi 1970, Revelation of the Penguin album 73, and Bermuda Triangle of Heroes Are Hard to Find 1974. So that's it. So when I said also that it was all going to be instrumental, like I said, I looked at the email for like a second, so I was just eyeing it, and I was like, oh, an instrumental marathon called Leapalooza. As you can see, I was wrong. And that's that, you know. All right, so let me just I think the last song that we were listening to was very loud, and we kind of like lowered the volume so I can't hear myself. So here we go with Fleetwood Mac. And like I said, I love this band. I love all your requests. Thank you so much for sticking with us. We've made it to 101,000 subscribers, and the extra 1,000 happened so fast. I'm so overwhelmed with the amount of positive feedback that we're getting. It's just wonderful. Thank you so much again. And we're gonna make an announcement. I'm just gonna make it real quick here, because Fleetwood Mac does get a lot of views and a lot of love, but it looks like we're getting our YouTube, the play button tomorrow. But if that really happens, we'll wait until we can get you guys and do a live, and we'll do the unboxing for you guys. All right, so here we go with Albatross. And I think I didn't name the album. The album is called the Pious Bird of Good Omen. All right, here we go. Albatross. That Hawaiian flair to him. Wow. Something about, you know, so I love the simplicity of the song, but it's so effective because I think for us humans, you know, anything in harmony is just so beautiful to listen to. And it's, I mean, it comes even in the word harmony, right? When you're harmonious with your loved one or with your boss or with anything, you know. And then in music, you know, listen to a harmony being done on the guitar or whatever, right? Is it may be a sax and a trumpet or two guitars with a little bit of distortion? It just works, and it's just something that we perceive and we like it, you know. It sounds very nice. It just evokes something. And I love how simple these lines were, but the beautiful slides and just like very memorable, you know. And I love that there was this slide guitar like this in the back, you know, doing that. And I don't know if it was like the drums just doing this. There's almost like I don't know, I wouldn't call it tribal. It was just more like a percussive, you know, just a percussive way of, or was it the bass? I really wouldn't know. I would have to listen to it again or just look it up. But I loved it. It was really nice as a background, you know, just have this little percussive sounding like bass and drums, and then have this beautiful harmony guitar and the slide coming in and out of the song. Beautiful instrumental, very short but very effective and just very good, you know, like totally different band to what it became. But I love what it became. Don't get me wrong. I love, you know, mid-70s Fleetwood Mac, but this is also very good. You know, it's just, there's so much music. There's so many bands that change, but I don't really mind when they change, you know. Some people do take it very, very seriously when their favorite bands changes the vocalist or the style of music. But as musicians, people, you just move on from certain things, you know. If they would have done, you know, just instrumentals, maybe they would have never gotten as big as they got, you know. But then you can go back and see, wow, they did this kind of music, you know, because before they became like superstars, you know. And then you can appreciate that too. Maybe you would have never listened to that kind of Fleetwood Mac, you know, if it wasn't for you know, the superstar Fleetwood Mac that we got. All right, so from the same album, so let's see if this has any sort of connection here with Santana. I don't think so, because I mean, there's so many songs that have the same name. But with Black Magic Woman, I mean, it's a very epic song that Santana you know, performs, but I'm sure it's totally different. From the same album, same year, Black Magic Woman. Here we go with Fleetwood Mac. There we go.
I got a black magic woman.
It is the same song.
Black magic woman. Yes, I got a black magic woman. Got me so blind I can't see.
Okay.
That she's a black magic woman and she's trying to make a devil out of me.
I did not, I had no idea this was going to happen. This is what I love about doing this. So now I'm going to look up who wrote it first. You know, it doesn't really matter who wrote it first. I think it's an amazing song. That's all that matters. But it's interesting. But it looks like Peter Green wrote it and Santana covered it. Let's see.
Don't turn your back on me, baby. Don't turn your back on me, baby. Yes, don't turn your back on me, baby. You're messing around with your tricks. Don't turn your back on me, baby, 'cause you might just break up my magic stick.
Wow.
You got your spell on me, baby. You got your spell on me, baby. Yes, you got your spell on me, baby. Turning my heart into stone. I need you so bad, magic woman, I can't leave you alone. Yes, I need you so bad. I need you, darling. Yeah, I need you, darling. Yes, I want you to love me. I want you to love me. I want you to love me. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Yes, I need your love. Oh, I need your love so bad. Yes, I want you.
I love it. Okay, so there's this whole story. There's this whole like internet like it's like, for example, there's a video like Black Magic Woman was not written by Santana. The spellbinding story of Black Magic Woman. Who wrote Santana's Black Magic Woman? It's not his. It's Peter Green's. You know, Black Magic Woman was written by Peter Green, and you know there's like all these articles. So it's so crazy because it's such a big hit that Santana re-recorded that a lot of people, I guess, including me, you know, I thought this was a Santana original. So yeah, no, but it was Peter Green. Peter Allen Greenbaum, known professionally as Peter Green, was an English blues rock singer-songwriter and guitarist. As the founder of Fleetwood Mac, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1998, and he was the one who originally wrote Black Magic Woman. That's amazing. And I love that even Santana, that like, you know, he got it also from Peter Green's, you know, lick. And then now I'm going a little bit further here. Oye Como Va. I think that's also a cover. But hey, you know, there's a lot of bands. I mean, even the Green Manalishi, that's a song that, you know, that was written, and Judas Priest covered it, you know, and I thought it was Judas Priest's song. So there's a lot of songs that I've like over the years thought were by one band, and it turns out they were by somebody completely different, which is amazing. These are the things that I love to learn, you know, and I love this version. This was a very good version. And it said, you know, yeah, Santana and Fleetwood Mac started out as blues bands, and they turned into like these larger than life bands, you know. So, I mean, even with Journey, you know, Journey, the way they started, very bluesy, proggy kind of, and then they became like these superstars with their ballads and, you know, completely different style. Yesterday I was so surprised. Like I almost knew every song of Foreigner, and I had no idea that these songs were like Foreigner songs. I just had heard them just by walking through life, and I guess on the radio. I mean, even in Mexico, even living in Mexico, I knew these songs. I don't know from where, but I knew them, and I was like, oh my god, I know this. And then again, I know this, and I was just blown away yesterday. Okay, so the Green Manalishi, I've heard the song, of course, before, always in a live setting by Judas Priest, metal. Let's listen to the original, all right, from the Then Play On album.
When the day goes to sleep and the full moon looks,
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum.
and the night is so black that the darkness cooks. Then you come creeping around, making me do things I don't want
Yeah.
Can't believe that you need my love
Love so bad. Wow.
Come sneaking around, trying to drive me mad. Busting in on my dreams, making me see things I don't want to see.
Oh, dun 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 dun. Now the Judas Priest version, of course, is like 3 times faster. It's like dun 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 do 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 do. Like the whole lyrics, like I can't believe you did dun 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 bum 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 dun 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 dun. Really, I'm gonna blow my friend's mind with this because that is one of his all-time favorite Judas Priest songs. I'm gonna send it to him today. This version, he's gonna freak out because I mean we don't know about this, you know, and there's no way of. There was no Google, you know, when we were listening to this stuff, and so there was no way of finding out. We would have had some kind of music library and somebody very savvy to with all these facts, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna blow his mind. All right, let's keep going.
You're the green Manalishi with a 2-pronged crown. All my trying is up, all you're bringing is down. Just taking my love and slipping away, leaving me here just trying to keep from following you.
Wow. But I can see why Judas Priest used this, because it has such an interesting, like, it sounds really heavy even at the slower pace like that. I'm sure, like, maybe, you know, they were on the road, and this came out when they had like their first and second album. They released Unleashed in the East, and maybe, you know, one night they were listening to Fleetwood Mac, and this sounds heavy, man. We should use this. We should do a cover. And at the end, Rob Halford does like this, whoa, like really cool falsetto. I guess it really worked live, and, you know, playing it faster. And another one they did, and on that same concert, is Diamonds and Rust. You know, another cover. So for the longest time in my life, I thought the Green Manalishi and Diamonds and Rust were Judas Priest songs, you know. And if you don't know Judas Priest, please, if you like anything, you know, like Black Sabbath or Uriah Heep or any kind of rock like Led Zeppelin, give Judas Priest a chance, because they're basically from the same timeline. And they're not exactly heavier. They just got very, very heavy in the 90s. But the 70s and 80s, they're a 70s band, and they used to literally dress like Steely Dan, you know? So give them a chance. And now they just released an album this year, which is amazing. So if you like any sort of hard rock, because like I even talked about this yesterday again with Lee, a lot of people are turned off because of the word metal. Doesn't mean anything. You've been listening to metal your entire life. If you like rock or hard rock or any sort of rock, progressive rock, you've been listening to pretty much what all the other people call metal. Metal is that raw. I mean, yes, this music exists, but we don't listen to that, you know? I mean, at least I don't do. I don't listen to that. That is a totally different genre, but just the term metal music is pretty much just hard rock music or or rock music with a little bit more distortion, a little bit faster. That's it. But yeah, a lot of people are just like, oh God, metal. No. Yeah, you've been listening to metal your entire life. So yeah, that's what I told Lean. He's like, yeah, I totally agree with you. He loves heavy metal, you know. So I just turned him onto Iron Maiden. And he was like, I can't believe I never listened to this band. It's amazing. I know it's amazing. It started in 1979, you know. So, 1980, the first release, you know. So, Revelation is next from the Penguin album. Now, this here is a little bit, we're going to change, you know. I guess the whole sound's going to change because Peter Green, I don't know if Peter Green is still on this. Let's check it out. Yeah, Black Magic Woman, that was super surprising. Penguin, and then Fleetwood Mac. Let's see if Peter is still on this album. So Christine and John, and then Mick on the drums. Bob Welch on the guitar and vocals. Okay, so that's the major change here. Okay, so if we go to Bare Trees. Okay, so that we also have Bob Welch. I've done some of this album, and then let's see, when did he leave? Oh, Bob Welch was here also on the Future Games, the original Fleetwood Mac, 71. Is this the one? Yeah. Okay, so Peter Green was just on one album. I mean, look at the impact that he made, you know? So we had John on the bass and Mick on the drums, but still no so I guess he wasn't married yet, you know. I guess Christine joined on the second album. The Future Games album. Yeah. Cool. So cool. All right, Revelation, here we go.
four winds of the hunger of starving man. And now we're passing on the reins, 'cause in my heart I can feel the change. You know the Lord of light is laughing, 'cause things don't stay the same. Revelation. Revelation.
So good, man. Wow.
He controlled the brimstone and the eternal fire. Surrounds himself with downers and the king of cold. Know that he had all the princes kissing his diamond ring. And I heard that he walled up the door to summer and cut the heart out of Mr. Spring. But now we're passing on the reins, and in your heart you can feel it change. You know the Lord of light is laughing, 'cause things don't stay the same. Revelation.
Bob Welch on the bass here.
Come on, keep your eyes wide open. On a Sunday morning, with a voice that's
It's crazy, like, but Bob Welch on the bass, amazing in vocals, but Bob Weston here on the lead guitar, he sounds a little bit like Santana. Maybe Santana heard this and said, "Oh, this is an amazing band," and then he was a fan of them, and when they came out with Black Magic Woman. Although, wait a minute, Black Magic Woman. Okay, I'm so confused because this came out in '69. The Pia's Bird of Good Omen. Okay, is this like a remaster? Because whatever happened to the original Fleetwood Mac? Okay, so there is way more albums by Peter Green than I thought. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we had Future Games. And then Bear Trees, and then... Okay, I'm so lost now. Okay, so Peter Green was like Fleetwood Mac for like a decade. But it could also be like that there's all these compilations, you know. Mr. Wonderful. Yeah, so I'll guess you guys will fill me in, but well, I just feel a little bit like Bob Weston's guitar playing has a little bit of a Latin vibe there, especially the modes, you know, the Dorian mode. That is like, you know, Santana's sound. If you play the Dorian scale over a Latin infused chord progression, you have Santana. All right, let's go. Let's keep going.
She gives a warning of the fire that burns below. Puts his hands together, 'cause his faith is strong. And that's what she's been needing. But it don't seem to last too long. 'Cause now we're passing down the reins, and in your heart you can feel the change. You know the Lord of light is laughing, as things don't stay the same. Revelation. Revelation.
Listen to this. Yes, totally like the pentatonic scale, the minor, um, the harmonic minor scale, and the Dorian mode. Like that's Santana in a nutshell, and that was what was going on here. And I'm looking at all this. I'm looking at all the albums. So we had Preaching the Blues, Fleetwood Mac, 66. Crazy About the Blues, 66. And then South Roads, 68. Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac. Yes. 68. And then Mr. Wonderful, 68. And then this album, I'm sorry, the first three with Black Magic Woman, the Pious Bird. Oh no, the Pious Bird of Good Omen is the first two tracks. Which was, let's see, Albatross and Black Magic Woman, and then the Then Play On, Green Manalishi, and then until 1971, I mean, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 albums more, and then we have Future Games. That's when they added this. That's crazy. So there's so much Fleetwood Mac that I didn't know about. I thought Fleetwood Mac was pretty much Rumors and Ford. But that's, that's just, the misinformation. It's the same thing that happened to me with Genesis. I thought that Genesis was the album Land of Confusion. I know it's not called that, but with the song Land of Confusion Forward, that was Genesis. And all what came before, I didn't know. There was no way of getting all the albums. It was just so hard to buy anything. In Mexico, it was all imported. I paid for, I paid like $80 or something. Or $100. I remember for my Alcatraz album with Yngwie Malmsteen, because it was so rare to get. It had to be imported, and it took like a month. I ordered it, and it took a month, and it cost so much money, but for me it was worth it. I was like, it's okay, I need this record. So yeah, it wasn't like, just going to the record store and see what's new. No, it was all old stuff, and pretty much like the same stuff. You had one Gypsy Kings album. It was just, there wasn't like a real record store. There was a guy who had a record store, but he would just buy what was, being listened to at the moment. And then he had some classic stuff like The Best of the Eagles, The Best of Chicago, stuff like that, So, yeah. And then, of course, over time it got better. And then I got into my music, and I bought all the Pink Floyd stuff that I could get my hands on, Led Zeppelin, and then I got into Metallica and stuff, and Dream Theater and so forth. Okay, Bermuda Triangle is the last track, and this is of the Heroes Are Hard to Find, 74. All right, so I've seen this cover before. It's a weird one. All right, first track of the album. Let's go. Oh, no. Bermuda Triangle. I'm sorry. This is the title track. The fourth track. Here we go.
I guess you've heard about the Bermuda Triangle. There's something going on. Nobody seems to know just what it is, and the Air Force won't let on. Might be a hole down in the ocean, yeah, or fog that won't let go. Might be some crazy people talking, or somebody that we ought to know. Down in Bermuda, pale blue sea, way down in the triangle. It's easy to believe.
That percussion.
Now here's one, you see strange shapes in the moonlight, shadows in the night. They said that wingtips seemed to brush their faces, strangers stole their sight. Way down in the triangle, where the sea was smooth as glass, giving you an answer to the question that you never thought you'd ask. Down in Bermuda, in the pale blue sea, way down in Bermuda, yeah, easy to believe. Down in the triangle, easy to believe. They leave from Galveston, they leave from New Orleans, and then from Bloomington in Delaware. They leave St. Petersburg, they leave from Tampa, and then from Mexico. It doesn't matter where they could, they share all of these ships and planes. A perfect history and down in Bermuda, they will see.
Yeah.
You're feeling safe in your harbor, and everything seems certain. Right next to Palm Beach and Key Biscayne, behind a velvet curtain. But then the moon goes gray with worry, and the sea turns a pale white. You better believe something strange is going on tonight down in Bermuda. Pale blue sea, Bermuda Triangle, yeah, it's easy to believe. Down in the triangle, it's easy to believe. They leave from Galveston, they leave from New Orleans, and then from Bloomington in Delaware. Bermuda, pale blue sea.
Very cool. Very, very good. Oh, another song. Okay, I just wanna I wanna find out what went on here. So Peter Green. So okay, so he passed away at 73 in 2020. But what happened? Like what happened with because he went obviously through the whole other Fleetwood Mac. Did he leave? Okay. So it says here Green's new band with former bluesbreaker Mick Fleetwood on drums and Jeremy Spencer on guitar was initially called Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac, featuring Jeremy Spencer. Bob Brunning was temporarily employed on bass guitar, Green's first choice. Bluesbreakers bassist John McVie was not yet ready to join the band. Within a month, they played the Windsor National Jazz and Blues Festival '67 and were quickly signed to Mike Vernon's Blue Horizon label. Their repertoire consisted mainly of blues covers and original, mostly written by Green, but some were written by slide guitarist Jeremy Spencer. The band's first single, I Believe My Time Ain't Long by Green's, and with Green's Rambling Pony as a B-side did not chart, but an eponymous debut album made significant impressions, remaining in the British charts for 37 weeks. Okay, so, and then what happened? Why did he leave? 1970. Oh, wow. Okay, this is like, I've scrolled down like a lot, okay? It says here, while touring in late March in 1970, Green took LSD at a party at a commune near Munich. An incident cited by Fleetwood Mac manager Clifford Davis as the crucial point in his mental decline. What? Well, you know, I'm just gonna have to read this by myself. Like, there's so much information, but yeah, I just want to know what happened. You know, did he leave the band because of? It looks like something happened. I don't know if it's mental illness, but hey, there's so much information here. This was a wonderful tune. I really love Fleetwood Mac. All their iterations, or however you say it, all their styles. It's just an amazing, influential band. In all their, you know, in I think in every different approach they took to music has been successful, and this is just another example how good they were before, like, coming into this mainstream, you know, success and charting, and you know, with before Stevie Nicks and, you know, Lindsay, I think Christine, you know, yeah, amazing band, just in all their styles and stuff. So yeah, it would be kind of like an entire adventure to listen to this, you know, all their records, like from the start to finish. And I'm sure you guys already have, you know, most of you, you know, and there's a lot of stuff, of course, you know. Now Rumors is being remade, but why just that one, right? Although I see here Albatross, and but I mean, yeah, it's unfortunately sometimes it's just like whatever sold the most, you know, has the most value, and that's not true, you know, for the musicians. And yeah, especially the fans, they recognize, you know, it can be like the darkest, like most underground style. Like, for example, Pink Floyd, you know, like everybody talks of Dark Side of the Moon. Don't get me wrong, I love the album, but there's other stuff that I find way superior by Pink Floyd, you know. Like, I mean, from my favorite album is Animals, and but you know, that's because it's so progressive. It's like 17-minute songs, 20-minute songs, and there's so much like goodness happening, you know. But yeah, they've also changed so much from the, if you listen to their first album, and we've done so, the first and second, and it was super weird, just super different from, let's say, what I just showed to Lee, you know, which is the Division Bell, which has nothing to do with something like Wish You Were Here, or, you know, Animals, or Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah, it's just, I love that music always progresses, and they change in their style and their success, maybe at the beginning, and then maybe they kind of fall off, and then they gain success again, you know, that every band goes through it, you know. So I think that's just very interesting to see, and I've seen so many bands do it, you know, Metallica, Genesis, Yes, you know, just by doing this channel. Like, it's such a wonderful adventure to go through all these, you know, lineups and dramas and stuff like that. Again, thank you so much, Dave. This was wonderful. I learned a lot. I learned about Santana. I learned about Judas Priest not having the songs that they supposedly have. And what a great band Fleetwood Mac has always been. Thank you so much. Please let me know what you think about all this. Did you like my reaction? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you. If you like the channel, please, you know, subscribe to it. Give the video a like, whatever you think it deserves. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.